Hello. In this EPIC training module, we're going to talk about the patient education, or patient education documentation. That item can be found in the Activities tab over here on the side with patient education. Now, when you do your initial eval, you at least want to put one education point in with each of the patients that you see. One of the easiest ones that we can actually document on is when we introduce ourselves to the patient and tell them what our plan of care is. To document that in this system, we're going to click on, like I said, the Patient Education tab. And within this section, you're going to click on Unresolved Education. From here, you're going to select Add Title. And from here, there is actually a pre-made list of education points that you can select from. So if you type in GEN for General Patient Education Record, if we just type in, just hit enter, and we're going to select General Patient Education Record and hit accept. From here you can see some pre-made lists that will just kind of make your selection a little bit easier. Now if you scroll down a little bit until you find Rehab Therapy, you can find the appropriate discipline. Again, since we're logged in as a physical therapist, we're going to select Physical Therapy. Now you can click on the individual item. If you do that, it'll give you a short descriptor of what the education point is. And in this case, we just explain that we are physical therapy and the treatment plan that we have for the patient itself. You can pick more than one education point, depending on what you're educating the patient on. And some of the more appropriate ones that you can choose from, if you go to precautions, there is an item for cardiac external precautions, as well as any hip precautions, seizure precautions, and various other things. Okay? But in this case, we're just going to pick physical therapy. So once you've done with that, you're going to hit accept. And from the General Patient Education Record here, we're going to expand the menu out by clicking on the plus signs, so Rehab Therapy, until we get to the blue dot, or education point, which in this case is physical therapy. So once you click on that, you're going to get 4 options that we're going to document on the patient. And the first one, which is the learner, readiness of the learner, the method that you use, and the response of the education. So from here, it's just a matter of clicking the menus to select your answer. So if we taught the patient, we can select patient. From here, we'll say their readiness to learn. We'll say they're eager. The method that we use, in this case, where we explain it, and then their response to it, whether they verbally understood, demonstrated an understanding, and etc. So in this case, we're going to say they verbalized understanding. Notice as we click through, you can see that those codes have been added to our items here. Now there is a space to add comments if you need to expand a little bit more. Be advised that it is a brief period, a small space, so there isn't a whole lot of area that you can type or text. And then lastly, in the time section, you want to change the time to the time of the rest of your note from the navigator. In our case, we'll say 11 o'clock. Once you're done with that, you can hit File, and that item is saved. Again, you can also pick family if you did other education pieces with other members other than the patient itself. You again will kind of go through the same 4 items as far as learner, readiness, method, and response. Okay? And that is the patient education piece. Again, if you have any questions, please ask.